same compartment? How did you do it?
It's just a matter of negotiating.
Oh, but people, they book these seats years in advance. Months in advance.
Well, you know the French. Once they heard what it was for, they bent over backwards, anything for the cause of true love.
Oh, my goodness.
Except there was supposed to be something here, and I don't see it.
Well, what more could we possibly need?
I'll be right back, okay? Just a minute, okay? Right.
Not until I say thank you.
Oh, I forgot. Was I gonna do something?
You were gonna go get something that we couldn't possibly need.
Okay, just hold on to that thing. Keep it on simmer. That thing, you know, just 1 second. I'll be right back.
There's no one in this world for me but you. There's nothing that this world could put me through that would take me.
I love you.
I love you, too.
I still can remember the times that I spent wanting you.
Excuse me, I have a delivery here for Ms. Eden Castillo.
They're just like the first ones that you got me.
So where were you just now? Some other dimension?
Sorta. I was on a train with the most irresistible man I've ever met.
Anyone I know?
No, he was kissing me, and he was touching me, and he was doing things that I only read in books that I shouldn't have been reading. It was the most wonderful night of my life.
Has grown stronger with all we've been through. Day after day, night after
Oh, it really is like a dream.
Why isn't anybody dancing?
People don't dance on trains.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Cause I know what we've been, and I know what we could be. Words were said in anger, but that's not me and you. Goodbye is not the answer. That's the last thing we should do. Don't leave love alone.
Since we've been here before?
Yeah, your hair. Your hair, it's shorter or longer?
No.
Oh, me. Well, I have gained about 5 pounds.
You don't gain an ounce. And that's why I hate you.
You said you love me. Make up your mind, woman.
You don't want to hear my philosophy?
I live for your philosophy, but why don't you sit over here so you could whisper it in my ear?
Later.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay, what has changed the most since we were here before?
A long time ago, I wasn't afraid of losing anything. You know, I just did what I wanted to do till I didn't want to do it anymore. I mean, I never dreamed that I would ever lose anything that I loved or meant a lot to me. And I don't know, I just think about the things that mean so much to me, and I realize that they mean so much to me.
This is the time to be happy.
I am happy. It's just I know what life's like on the other side. I know what it's like to be without your children. I know what it's like to be without your husband. And now that I have you all back, I'm gonna treasure you until you scream for mercy.
That sounds good to me. And it's never a bad idea to take stock, especially in our case, to look back on the way things were and the way they are now. Be grateful.
Sound like you're having a Thanksgiving Day sermon.
Do I?
Mm-hmm. It's that old rock you're wearing around your neck. You're becoming an old sage whether you like it or not, just like that old man that gave it to you.
Yeah. I'm growing accustomed to this thing. It's like my lucky charm. The moment I got it, the drug case broke. I was on a plane to Paris. Now here we are, revisiting the place where we fell in love. In the most wonderful times of our lives.
Speaking of which, why don't we talk about those first fateful moments we were on this train?
Well, I remember the night that I was trying to get a look at you, and I was hovering in the hallway outside your compartment after I'd heard your voice that time. It was ridiculous. I kept waiting for you to come out and get a drink or go to dinner and do something, and I waited all night long, and people were looking at me like I was some weirdo hanging around in the hall. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm. And then I went out to breakfast, and there was this groggy-eyed man who needed to shave and who wanted to know if there were eggs in the dining car or if it was just a continental breakfast. You know, you were such a conversationalist.
What do you expect? You know, I was sleep deprived.
Oh, right. And then when you get into the car, you go all the way down to the other end.
I wanted to get a table a little way. I didn't want it to be obvious that I was there for the reason
I
I was
lowered
there.
my menu every time you were staring at me.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I was drunk. Breathing the same air you were breathing. Somebody would ask me to walk a straight line right down, I would have flunked. God, you were beautiful. Almost as beautiful as you are now.
Who made the first move, do you remember?
Well, I guess you did. On your way out, you gave me your newspaper and said that I could read it since you were finished with it. I thanked you and opened it. Of course, the damn thing was in French.
And you pretended to read it, even though you couldn't understand a word.
I'm no fool. I wasn't going to look like some lowlife in front of my woman.
And your woman, blushes I must admit, was busy thinking about how she was going to lure you into her compartment for immoral purposes.
Which we did get around to sooner or later, didn't we?
Did we ever? I just have this overwhelming desire to go back to our compartment, as strange as it may seem.
Yeah, that's very strange, isn't it?
You think something's wrong with your train?
No, nothing's wrong. That's just the first stop. That's Troyes. We're here.
So soon?
Yeah. Well, you know, time flies when you get caught up in immoral purposes.